Okay, this is kind of a test recording, but I wanted to run through the process we go through to comp a property. We call it comp a property. Really, it's evaluate a property to determine if we want to buy it, and if we do, what the buy price would have to be. So let me go. I'll just start here with a property. The first thing I'll do typically, I'm just going to use this Fordham Way in Mountain View as an example. First thing I'll do is just see roughly where it's located, and what I'm trying to do here is determine whether it's on a busy street, which Cuesta Drive looks like to be more of a busy street, and I'll just back it out and see kind of where it's at. And you can back it out more just to see, once you get familiar with the cities and freeways and stuff like that, you'll know more just by looking at it on the map. Then the next thing I'll do is I'll just grab the copy and paste the address, Control C, and then I'll go to Zillow and drop it in there. And what Zillow will do is, before you even get into the MLS, Zillow will give you an idea of some of the particulars related to the property. So the first thing we want to do is just kind of verify what Zillow has, because they pull from public record, see what they have as far as make sure it comes up, number one, and it's located in the same place as Google, and then 5-bedroom, 3-bath, and usually I will write that stuff down. 2,054 square feet, and the other major pertinent item is the lot size, which we'll see here is a 7,700 square foot lot. So that's kind of the basic info you need to start looking at it. And then what I want you to do is, I'm going to give you access to the MLS, the multiple listing service, and to see if you can get in. If you don't have access, we'll have to get you access, but it's key to get access to the MLS. So once you get into MLS, you'll need to put the name Chuck Oliver in there, and then this is an assistant account. And the first thing you'll do is go to dashboard, and I'm just going to run through this. Like I said, this is kind of an intro. We'll do residential search, and what I start is just highlighting these 4 items, and then we'll go to close date of 0 to 300 days back. That's what that means. And then what I'll usually do is just go straight to maps. And then once you're in maps, you can just put in the address into here, 1707 Fordham. And then I won't even put the city or anything else, because if you hit return, it'll pop up, and then you can find the exact address just to make sure that it's coming up. And so this gives you a view. All the reds are homes that have sold. The greens are what are active and currently listed. And the orange is what's active, currently listed, but pending and haven't closed escrow yet. So the most important thing when comping is really to look at the what has sold. We don't really care too much about what's listed, although we always want to know roughly what people are listing other comparable properties for. And then also the pendings, I will call the actual real estate agent who's got the listing and just see what kind of action they're getting, see if they're willing to share what price they're in contract for and whatnot. So anyway, once I get this, there's you kind of go around looking for the highest value, because all we're trying to determine initially is what's the most we could sell this property on Fordham for. That's a 5-bedroom, 3-bath, 2,000 square feet, 7,700 square foot lot on a comparable street in the same neighborhood, totally remodeled from top to bottom. So we're trying to find the highest number here, the highest sale price, and the nicest home, because we're going to make it basically the nicest home in the neighborhood, and we should be able to get the same the same prices. So you can see, there's some as low as mid 1 million, low 1 million, but then there's stuff that's almost $3 million. So what I'll usually do is go back to criteria, and I'll start narrowing it down. So we'll just say 4 to 5 bedroom, and then we'll go into square footage. And since this is 2,000 square feet, usually I'll just go low and say 1,800 to call it 2,400 square feet, and then you hit map again. And what should happen is, see, it dramatically reduces the number of homes we're looking at. So, and then what you can do, and you got to kind of move things around, but I'll just try and find the top couple. We got a 2.6 down there, and then we got a 2.8 down there. So we'll start here with this 2.7, and you usually have to move it down, and then you can click on the actual listing itself. So that's 2,300 feet, 8,400 foot lot. So it's a bigger house, bigger lot. And then I'll just click through the pictures quickly. And the main, the frontage, obviously this looks nice. And then I could usually tell by how it looks inside whether they did a complete remodel. So this is definitely updated and pretty nice. So once I see the kitchen in the front, that's really all I need to do. So that could be a good comp, and then I just go back to maps. And if you click back, it'll start over. So you just want to click back to maps. And then I know there was one down here that was, so this is 2.8, kind of curious. That's 2,200 feet, 11,000 foot lot. So 11,000 foot lot, it starts getting pretty big. This is a 4 bedroom, 10,000. If you start getting like double the lot size or close to it, it's not really a comp, although it might be something worth looking at. Here's a 4.3. So again, I would probably back this up a bit. So that was our 2. There was another one. Yeah, this 2.5. I'm curious. This always makes you go down. So this is 2,200, 10,000. So yeah, a lot of these lots are bigger. 11,000. So another thing, you can just go to criteria. Since we're at 7,700, then we go to lot size, and let's just say we go 5,000 to, and we're 7,700. So say let's go to just under 10,000 foot lot, and then we map that, just to see if there's something that's closer to our lot range. So there's a 2.5, 2.7. So this is that one that's 8,400. So this isn't a bad comp, and that thing was actually in pretty good shape. So once you get to this point, and I'll show you the output, but you have to really spend some time and look at the comps. This is really the meat of the comping process. So this is 2013, so it's a much bigger lot, but it's closer to the square footage. So this one's worth taking a look at, because we could discount the lot size. I don't know why it's not. Something's going on. It's not letting me go there, but it will work for you. So then I want to show you one other thing that's important. I don't know if this is going to work now. Yeah, so you basically can go in here, and I just clicked on that icon up there, and let's just say we wanted to grab all of these properties. And before I forget, and I'll show you how we typically do the email or the printout of the comp, but it'll include looking at square footage. It'll include confirming it's the same school district as the subject property, and if it's not, we need to identify what school district. But you basically can outline this, and then you come back to this point and click it again, and then you go into results. I'm not sure why it did that. This thing's not really behaving. I think it's because I'm recording. It's bizarre. Yeah, so what you typically will do is once you hit that delete, include in shape, and yeah, once you go to results, it usually will show you, and I'm not sure why this is doing this, but because I'm recording, but it'll give you all the results of these properties, and you can click the ones that you want to keep in your list, and then I'll show you the output here. So on this particular property, Casey, he did this comp, and so what he does in the email is he'll provide the address. This stands for single family home, built in 1954. It's a 5-bedroom, 3-bath, 2,054 square foot lot, 7,700 square foot. I'm sorry, this is the house, this is the lot, 7,700 square foot lot. The person who provided us the lead is this Dan Noble. It's been on the market for 41 days. If it's an off-market property, meaning it's not on the MLS, you want to show that. And then it's listed for 1.7. And so what Casey did, and he basically went through, and this will be really I just want you to find the comps, and then we can do some of this math. But once you get comfortable finding the comparable properties, what this means here is he's saying that this property after remodel will sell for 2.55, and he's saying it's going to cost us $225,000 to remodel it, and then this is what the buy price should be, and it's going to take us 5 months. And I'm going to give you a spreadsheet that'll allow you just to plug in this number, and once you have this number, then you'll have to come up with there's a calculation to come up with how much it'll cost to remodel, and then that spreadsheet will give you this number. And so we always want to identify what's the most we could sell it for, and then we end up kind of backing into what we think we need to buy it for. But this is the link I was trying to get. Once you do that, you circle, or whatever, you identify those properties that are comps, then you send an email to yourself, and that link will bring you to this MLS thing. And what's nice is once I get this email from Casey with the comps, I can look through these comps and kind of see, he puts, if it's been remodeled or not, and if it's in average condition or nice condition. This is updated, which, means it's only updated. It's not fully remodeled. So we're trying to identify, here's some good comps, but this is maybe not an ideal one that's remodeled and it's average, meaning it's not going to be as nice as we're going to make it. And so, and then I could just, click on this, and I go right to that listing, and I can pull it up, and then I can actually look at the pictures and say, yeah, I see what he's saying, that's pretty average, nothing special, it's clean, clean kitchen, but we'd do a nicer appliance, we'd probably do a little bit nicer looking cabinets. So that's kind of it. That's what we're looking for. This end result is really getting this email with all this pertinent information, and once I have that, then I can go back to Dan Noble or whoever's giving us the lead and say, look, we need to buy this for $1.9 million. Can you get it in contract for that? So that's it for now, and if you have any questions, just send me an email. Thanks.